Hello Capricorn, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with someone. This could have been in the past. It could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion of you, this could be somebody that you've met where you have a whole lot of energy between each other, but no one's really speaking up, and you know there's something special there. All right, we also have here certain cards that are, it's struggle. It's a lot of struggle. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roughly 4.5 to 5 cards here that are kind of dark and dreary. The feelings and emotions are they're very deep, but they're very sad and upsetting. The word I would call or use is hesitate. I'm getting the word calm, but this person is not calm. All right. We have here boundaries followed by mystery. Then we have shapeshifting, selfhood, embracing the shadow, doubt, synthesis, sensuality, and then we have fear under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to say something, it's not going to apply to everybody, but I am seeing the word sentence, like the actual sentencing a person to prison. Hopefully that's not the case. If it's justified, okay, you know, that's the way life is. But I'm seeing that somewhere here. There may be some type of a distance between the both of you because somebody did something that they really weren't supposed to, and it's against the law. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Capricorn, I have put up my boundaries. These boundaries are up, and I dare not take them down. I don't want to be with you where I become emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to be considered as weak. I don't want to be controlled by love. So what do? I put up a block, a boundary all around me so that nothing can come through. And yet in the back of my mind, I know and I feel that the connection that I have with you is a mystery. This is a spiritual connection. I wonder and I see, why is it that you are in my life? Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Why not far into the future? Why is this connection so unique? And why is it that when I'm by myself, sometimes I can smell your scent? I can feel your presence. Why is it that I find it difficult to let go Why do I obsess over you? And how come I can feel your emotions? How come I can feel your feelings too? The exact same time I'm feeling them. Why and how? I feel, even in my dreams, everything seems so real. I know somehow you and we know each other from before. And I feel that this is a very intense spiritual connection. But I don't even want to go there. So, what do? I put up a boundary. I block it. Not going to deal with that. Because it's too much for me. I can't handle it. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter who I'm with, something happens, Capricorn, and I always end up thinking about you. A part of me is doing something on a path with someone else. I'm with someone else or I'm doing something else, but my mind is turned towards you. And you are headed in a completely different direction. I long for you. I yearn for you and I miss you. I miss you when you're not there. But the feeling is so intense that I have to keep my distance. And a part of me now feels so intimidated, so unworthy, because of the things that I have said and the things that I have done. I don't feel good anymore. I don't feel right. This situation that has come about, I know that in this connection, I have been that individual who has done a lot. I've not been the best. And because of my actions, you have reacted. And you are no longer the same as you once were. I feel that in this connection, there is this familiar feeling. There's this doubt. But I also feel that I see you as somebody who has completely changed. Because of the things that I have said, the things that I have done. You yourself, you're no longer the same. You are now more, in my eyes, self-sufficient, self-reliant. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. I also feel that you are very guarded. This feeling that I feel, it doesn't allow me to approach you anymore. Because before I felt like I could, because before I actually knew you, I got to know you. But now there's so much distance that I don't even know you anymore. And that intimidates me. That scares me. It makes me nervous. And so I keep my distance from you. You are no longer the same. I knew how to be with you. I knew the tricks. I knew how to even seduce and to manipulate. But now you are wiser. You are different. And I've kept my distance. I don't know how to reignite this flame. It once used to burn bright, now it's not there anymore. And there is a whole lot of awkwardness. The feelings that I feel and go through, these are emotions based on me being impulsive, compulsive, and aggressive. I feel that in this connection, you are somebody who I can't really be myself with. I can't be myself anymore. I feel awkward. And I feel ashamed for the dark side that exists. But it is a part of me, and because I feel so awkward and because I feel so uncomfortable, I have put up these boundaries. It's the easiest thing for me to do. Because I doubt that I might even have this spiritual connection with you. Even though it's strong, I'm trying to keep my distance so that I don't get involved in anything that's too deep. A part of me wants to open up to you and tell you how it is that I feel. That even though I'm doing something else, even though I'm working on something else, even though I'm with someone else, I'm always longing and yearning for you, Capricorn. There are certain things that I've hidden deep in the thick of this forest and the deep, dark shadows. I never really wanted you to know, so I've hidden a lot of things, keeping everything from you. But now I realize that's wrong, and that's bad. I shouldn't have done that. Things could have been different, and things should be different. I also feel that in this connection, there is a sense of sensuality. Sensuality that I feel. With you, I am so attracted. I think about you, I fantasize about you, and you are very alluring, very charming, tantalizing in a way. I want to be with you. I want to be that person who can be with you close and give to you what it is that you want. I am highly addicted to you in a sensual way. And it's hard for me to not think about you in that way. Overall, I am nervous. I don't feel good about this. I feel that in this connection, there are certain things that have happened that I could have changed, but I didn't. This fear that I feel, this is nervousness, anxiety, even panic attacks. I feel unworthy. I used to feel very secure once, and now I feel insecure. There is a lack of self-esteem, a lack of confidence. Right now, if you wonder, Capricorn, why I'm not connecting with you, it's not because I don't think you're amazing. It's because I think you're too amazing. And it's too much for me to handle as a human. All right. Capricorn, what does that mean? All right. If you go to my channel, Asnointia Audio, on my other YouTube channel, it's another YouTube channel that I have, and the videos are absolutely free. You have here these two cards. Have a look at one of the videos. I mean, I'd recommend you see all of them. One of them is called Past Life and Spiritual Connections. The other one is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. Those two videos will make sense to you after you go through them, and you'll see that you're not alone. This is double the love, double the pain. It's too much for this person to handle. They are completely overwhelmed to the point where it is scaring them. It's scary. It's eerie because it's never happened to them before. A small portion of you, you may be in a third-party situation and you wonder, why is this person in my life now? Why not 10, 15, 17? I'm getting the number 17. 17 years ago. Why not? So this is an issue of a connection that is so strong that this person is finding it difficult to be with you. And it doesn't make sense here. It's too long for me to go through. That's why I created those videos, so you guys can have a look at those, and then I explain it all in there. go to that channel. The link is below. Have a look at some of those videos. And I also have some on twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners, because that is what this person is. It's one of those. And it could be something more, but that is the top, are the top 3 that I have seen that are the most intense. Now, some of you may be with somebody else, okay? So third party doesn't have to always mean an affair. It can also mean simply that the time, energy, and effort that they need and that they should give to you, they are dedicating it elsewhere. Maybe they are working on something, a project, and they just can't dedicate it. Maybe they're taking care of a sick loved one. Maybe they have custody of kids and they have to take care of the kids at a certain point in time and they just can't arrange things with you. There are restrictions here. Sometimes that is what the third party turns out to be. Either way, this connection is a very strong spiritual connection, and it's so intense that there's so much fear involved that there is a lack of progress, and that is a problem. All right, I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. These cards I like to read, and I go a little bit into the past to see what happened in the first place. So things were great in this connection, but then something happened and it just turned out to be very sour in a very sweet time period when things were going great. Something happened, just went downhill, poof. So this is for those of you that may not have gotten closure. The person may have taken you for granted. The person may have ghosted you. They may have just simply faded over time. And now maybe they message you or contact you once a week, once a month. Very scarce, right? So you wonder, where are we? What are we doing? Are we even together anymore? This is that part of this person's inside mind, conscious, psyche. The stuff that they didn't tell you. Some of you may have heard of this. Maybe this person did confess. Maybe they did tell you, which is great. It's really nice when they do talk. But for the rest of you, for the majority of you, this person didn't speak. And these are the reasons why. Certain things happen in this connection for a reason. Reasons don't have to be very good reasons. Now we have here the Two of Coins and the Prince of Coins. So this I read in the past. The first set of cards that I just read, that is the present and current status. Okay. Two of Coins here. It talks about how this person had a lot of choices, but they had to juggle and they were trying to balance certain things in their life. The balance and juggling several situations at once, this could have been relationships, jobs, opportunities, ideas, projects, family. There were opposing desires. They just didn't know what to prioritize. They needed to find a balance between the earthly and the spiritual worlds. They had taken on too much at that time and they started to feel overwhelmed by demands because they had overcommitted to themselves and to others. So it's a matter of time. They just did not have time. They were overwhelmed, mentally, physically exhausted by the amount of things that they had to do, but the time was just so less. And so they couldn't really come to you because they were busy with this. Remember, we just had the third party card, Shapeshifting. That's what I call it. Well, that's what it's called. That's a third party card that talks about being busy, right? Not being able to give that time, energy, and effort to you is what I was saying. And here we also have that they were very overwhelmed with the amount of work that they were doing. Again, that equals time, energy, and effort. They just couldn't give that to you because they were juggling many things all at once. They may have been able to talk to you once or twice. Maybe even a little more, right? But why was that an issue? It's because they couldn't dedicate 100% of their time to you. Because they had other things going on. Some of you might have known about this. Maybe this person didn't even tell you. Crosswatcher. It's always good to talk. It's always good to tell. Here we have coins. Let's have a look. Prince of Coins. Now remember, this is in the reverse. This talks about how this person didn't want to take any opportunities. They didn't want to work really hard, and they didn't really see much development in this connection. They were not working hard enough and not learning wisdom that was necessary to create growth. They were not seeing the opportunities for development. And they needed to take care of themselves on a materialistic level, but they were not. Instead, they were enjoying pleasures associated to it, but they were not really making the effort. This card talks about inertia and laziness, and not taking action and not taking responsibilities. There you go. Why did they not take action or responsibility? Because they did not have time. And they acted immature. That's why we have a prince instead of a queen or a king. So this person just was lazy. There was a lack of energy. There was a lack of ambition, a lack of growth. Why? Because they were drained. And that's what happens when you're spread too thin, right? This person was spread far too thin. I see butter on toast, and they're just like spread, literally, like every inch. They just can't go beyond that. Yeah, they're just spread far too thin. It's too much for them to handle. I'm also getting, and then they get immersed in the toast. So you see how the butter is spread on the toast, but then it kind of like goes deep down in the toast and gets soaked in there, and it merges and mixes with it, right? So this is also another issue, that this person got so involved in whatever they were doing that it got to the point where they were inseparable from the things that they were getting themselves into. Okay? That is like a certain circumstance that they just cannot exit. They cannot leave. Some of you may have thought, they can let go of that. If they love me, they'll be with me, right? That's when we think emotionally, but let's think logically. Nobody's going to leave their job for somebody else if they've worked their entire life to get that position. How many people do that? Maybe 5%, 10%. The majority of the people will not do that simply because they have worked too hard in achieving what they have in this lifetime. They are not going to let go of the assets, of the home, of the life that they've known, of the standard of living that they know. It does not work out, especially if it's a third-party situation. I've seen this time and time again. Have a look at some of my videos on Asnointia audio, and you'll see what it's like to be dating certain people who may seem to be unavailable or who may seem to have been separated. I have some videos on relationships too, so please have a look at that. It's a tough and hard pill to swallow, okay? But it's a fact of life. There are certain circumstances that people cannot change and they cannot let go of because that is their life. Those are their standards. And changing their standards, it's either you or that, right? Usually they choose their living. It's very, very rare. And it is truly a blessing if somebody does leave that and they're with you for the rest of your life and you're like happily ever after. It's very rare, but it does happen. It's not impossible. But what I'm seeing right now is this person was just like that butter in that toast. They're just immersed all the way inside, and they can't separate themselves from it. And that toast needed that butter in order to be functionable in a way, so that something can occur after that. Codependence. I'm seeing the word codependence. Kind of a rush of things happening here. 8 of Cups. Your person of interest is pretty much done with the way the situation is. They want to move on. They don't like the way things are. They don't like the way things have been. So they want to move on from this situation, from this connection. Now, what's interesting about this is they want to go into hermit mode after this, which is perfectly, it's excellent, because hermit mode is good. Yes, there's a time period when this person is not talking, but it's also the time period when they become wiser. And then they know what they want. In between these cards, that is what's going to happen. We also have here the 8 of Wands. Communication. Capricorn, your person of interest, this is not the last time you've heard from them, okay? They are going to reach out. If the majority of the reading is resonating for the majority of you, then whoever it's resonating for, then this is going to happen, okay? This person is going to reach out to you somehow. Most likely it's going to be very direct. It might even be indirect, but I do see more of direct communication coming through here from them. We also have here 3 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. Some of you, again, could have been in a third-party situation where this was an affair that happened at work. Yeah, I said it. Something here happened, and it could have been at a workplace where you have worked in the past. It could be a current situation. This could be somebody that you've met through somebody, but whatever happens, it's a third-party connection. 3 people are involved here. Okay? One person likes another person, but the other person is with somebody else. That's the situation. And that is the main part of this this card that I do see. But there's also another aspect to this card. If that does not resonate with you, and if that is the case, by the way, this person is falling in love. However, for those of you, if it's not resonating with you, this card also talks about how this person wants to manifest something with you. They want partnership with you. They want to construct something with you. So they may find the excuse or look for an excuse to somehow be with you, get close to you, work on something with you, simply to be in your presence. Now we also have here the Queen of Wands. Your person of interest feels that you are very sensual. You did have that before. They find you utterly irresistible, and it's hard for them to stay away. They also feel very much connected to you on a spiritual level. They've realized now, and they're going to realize, that you truly are the only person that gets them. You understand them, but nobody else does. And they will realize this, that you are that someone special who is always there for them, who has been there for them. You might not want to be there for them, but this is what they feel. That you are somebody that they can depend on because of the passion that they have for you, and they feel that you have passion for them. It's a huge feeling. It's a very sensual feeling. I also have here the 4 of Swords. Your person of interest here, they need to heal. They feel it's time for them to force themselves into isolation, to recuperate, to contemplate who they are, what they've done, how they can fix this. They feel that all that has happened, it's been quite bad. And it's heartache and pain that they've suffered. But how do they fix the situation? How can they move beyond that? That is what they're contemplating now. This is forced isolation, introspection. This is someone who is detaching themselves from the everyday world to regain balance, to understand more about what truly is happening. It's going to take them time to decipher this. All right. So I do see them reaching out to you for sure, because they have a very strong, sensual connection with you. And a spiritual connection. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. We have here helpful people, followed by it's up to you. After that, we have no. Remain positive. Followed by you are ready. Then we have big happy changes. After that, we have improving health. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have unlikely. All right. So, sorry guys. First card's the strongest here. We have here helpful people. So first card's the strongest. It does indicate to me that you have, this is for you. You do have people around you who genuinely do care. They genuinely do care. This could be family, friends, people that you didn't even know that actually were even interested in you. But it does talk about helpful people, you talking to people, and they are going to give you some sort of helpful advice. And the next card here splits this reading into two groups. So some of you may wish to stay with this person. Others of you, you're kind of done and you just kind of want to move on. Here we have, it's up to you. So it is up to you if you want to take this branch. You can lead on this path and follow that path. If you want to take another branch, be that squirrel, go get it. Because that fate and destiny is still already written for you. It doesn't matter which way you go. Something is going to happen. Okay? There's still going to be an outcome. Here, a lot of you have not remained positive because things have gone like down south and just so negative with that lack of communication. It's so discouraging. Here, the angels, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel, they are telling you here, no, do remain positive. Don't be negative. Because at some point in time, you are going to be ready emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And there are going to be big, happy changes. There's going to be changes, they're going to be big, and you're going to be happy about it, which is excellent. Also, the big, happy changes will come along with improving health. So this is something that pops up when the angels are concerned, and not everybody is going to have major health-related issues. But for some of you, this has been very draining simply because this is a spiritual connection, and I know how those type of connections are. I do past life readings. Here, there's a misalignment, and it needs to be aligned, your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. So for that, I do have a package. Yeah. It's called a Chakra Checkup package. So I do check what you have in your home in terms of negative energies. In your home, around your aura, and inside of your body. I have the ability of doing that myself, intuitively, and with the help of my angel guide to confirm. So we look into that, we see what you have, how many you have, and I teach you how to get rid of it. The ones that are inside of your body are associated to your chakra centers, and the chakra centers are associated to your bodily functions, okay? So that's how we have sometimes these health-related things. Now, if you are depressed, if you're sad, right? If you're upset, these things, they jump onto you. It's like a magnet. So do be aware of that and try to be with positive people because positive changes are coming. That's why we have here, remain positive. So you do have a lot of cards here that indicate to me most of you may actually need the Chakra Checkup package. If you feel after you read the description that's not what you want, I would highly recommend that you get two packages that come together. If you put them together, they're very powerful. One is called a Holy Light package, and the other is a Water Wellness package. Those two together with this issue and that right here, and with the helpful people, that's something that you need. So either you can get the Holy Light package with the Water Wellness, or that's a self-help guide, or you can get this one, which is the Chakra Checkup. So please do have a look on my website, www.asnointia.com. Right now, I believe I still have availability. And of course, the self-help guides, if you make an order, that's not a personalized reading, but you can receive that as well. Now, the overall arching theme is something very different. It says here, unlikely. What does that mean? You had certain aspirations. You had certain dreams, certain fantasies, that certain things are going to turn out in a particular way. No, they're not. Majority of the time, they never do. It's so difficult. However, something is going to turn out well. There's going to be changes, they're going to be big, and you're going to be happy about it. But it's unlikely going to turn out the way that you had thought it would. So just remember that. Expect the unexpected, because certain things are not going to turn out the way that you thought. However, please do understand, whatever is going to happen, it's going to be for the best. And you do have very positive cards here. I would recommend that you take care of yourself. If you feel that on a physical level you're not feeling so great, do visit the doctor and see if there's anything that is out of balance. We should not ignore our health. Capricorn. Some people say, I don't need a doctor, I have God. God has angels that help doctors, because we have a human body. So please, let's not. I'm spiritual, but I'm highly logical too. So we do need doctors to help, okay? And when a surgeon is working, there's always help behind that surgeon. Their aura, their arms, their hands. It's so precise. A human body is so gentle, so fragile, right? So please do take care of yourselves, because we do have a human body. We need that sort of doctor. Spiritually, no problem. You got me. But on the physical level, yeah, if you feel that there's an imbalance, please don't ignore it. The only reason I'm saying that is because the angels have mentioned this. Not all of you are going to have any issue. That's fine. Some of you that do, please do check that out, okay? Health is wealth, health is happiness. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated with you. If you have any stories you'd like to share, please do share. I do read them, and I do try to reply as much as I can. And those stories are inspiring, and they motivate me to create more content on my other channel, because this is universal. Love is truly a universal language, and a lot of people all around the world are going through the same thing. And that's also why and how I create that other content on the other channel. All right. You all take care, stay safe, and I look forward to hearing and reading the comments and hearing from you. All right. Goodbye now. I'll see you guys again.